three slim poems. The first is called A Baker Wakes. A baker wakes. I have slept like a shepherd in a Christmas play. Now I wake to my work clothes, glowing, white, unleavened. They hang from a chair above shoes that breathe like cooling loaves. It is 3 steps to the blinds, 2 more to the bureau. When I turn, light from outside strikes my wife, and for the first time I realize her legs and her body, the arms of the clock, my own body, and the staircase form the same gentle, obtuse angles, cut arcs of the same circle. The bakery waits. Each night it holds a dry, mild winter, and the fields of my dream are dusted and grow still. Fields blanketed in snow, no breath from the oven, no furrows, but footprints in little piles of flour where I left them. My wife's legs shift in bed. Second poem is also a morning song. It's called Obad. It's new. Obad. Somewhere it has been written, we must not judge a man by the line he throws to save himself, even in memory. And so I can't or won't, not at 5 a.m., wife in bed, snoring. The machine leashed to the wall knows this, not even booted up, just as it knows that my suspicion that it is the true author of this sentiment increases as I consider how, in this primal, second-hand streetlight, behind the blank expression of the monitor, like the face of an apartment building dark with sleep, there lives a dim constituency of character exceeding my own. While I pace, if I sleep at my desk, my head practically in its lap, I imagine millions of bits racing back and forth within it, prompted by apocryphal depressions of the keyboard, the rem of rams and wrongs that lie next to each other in separate beds, 16 or 20 slender aluminum legs tucked like ganglia into gilt receptacles, more connected than my wife and I have been in years. She with her slipped disc and helical genetic lectures, I with my 2000K novel, unfinished, perhaps unfinishable, its only reader just now shuddering back into this world from the next. Finally, I'd like to offer a poem as a kind of homage to Mr. Knight, who is going to read later. Probably the strangest homage she's ever going to receive, because I don't have a poem about him, but I have a poem about a man he read with a couple weeks ago, I guess, Robert Bly. So I'm going to offer my poem about Robert Bly to Etheridge in homage. This is called Robert Bly Quelling Riots in Miami. You there! Did you know I wrote a poem the day you were born? And every single day I rise and measure myself against stones outside that have millions of notches in them. Stones like the one in your hand. Once I had hair that made my body appear much larger. Once I held a stone as you do now and drove a 65 Biscayne, bay blue, beautiful as prose. I have imagined myself every bit as black as you, weeping tears in the shapes of corn that every man weeps, whose skin has absorbed the glare of floodlights, even in a barn. Put down that stone, or I will refuse to write any longer. The stones of the earth, like its children, should not be raised as fists, but should settle, as I long to, in my woman's lap, where ringless fingers, like young trees, draw on my scalp the world as it is.